Got water? Let me show you what I have here. You're gonna see some things today you're not gonna see anywhere else. So let's get started. Well, not too long ago, I had a new well pump installed. It's called a constant velocity. It's like a modulated well pump where the pressure number varies much. And there's a little pressure transducer up on the top of that pipe there. You can see the wire coming off it. And it goes up to this nifty controller up here, which decides how fast to make the well pump spin. And also, you've got touch settings here. You can set your pump pressure with a touch of a button here with whatever you'd like it. Now check this out. We'll bleed a little water off here. And once it turns on, I'm not bleeding a little bit. There we go. It does all that crazy stuff right there. Shut it off. It's a little drain for when I service anything. I got drains on everything to service it. But anyway, there's a 1-inch well pipe that comes in here. And I have 7 outside faucets. And they all come right off the well through that 1-inch pipe. And get divided off. These are 3 that are on the outside wall here. And you can run a lot of these at one time and still not run out of water pressure. And now several other things of interest. This air hose comes from the shop. And I use that for air chisel for working on this stone foundation years back. And I have a valve right here, and this is on the yard line. And you plug that air hose in the winter into that, and you can blow all the water out of the water lines that go all over the yard. And here's the circuit breaker box, if you're interested, that I installed. This goes to the shop. I always like sub panels, and this goes up to the 2nd floor, so you ain't got to run up and down, turning breakers on and off when you're working on stuff. Here we have central vac, which I installed, and the timer over there is for that switch up there. And what that is for is the case engine heater. So I can turn that on from in the house here where it's out in the storage room. And of course that's all your full crap and everything there. This guy here, that's a power inverter. That changes 12 volts to 120. And anyway, if the power goes off, I throw a switch upstairs on whatever floor I'm on and the lights come back on. And we also use that for the backup sump pump, and that's your little trickle charger for the battery. And in case you're interested, this is one of the guys for security cameras where all hardwired and come into the house. And the central air unit that's out of my old house. And I installed and charged that too off my car machine with a bottle of R22. And this humidifier part right here, I put all of this into. Oh, and then here we have the water softener. And I call this thing a green sand filter. I think there's another term for it. But anyway, you got to put this black powder in that little tank down there. And that gets that sulfur stink out of your water, like when you're taking a shower. Okay. And this is what goes in that little tank for the green sand filter. Potassium pentagrate. And whatever you do, don't ever stick your hand in that tank. It looks like you put your hand where it don't belong. Lacquer thinner or nothing I had here would take the brown off my hand. Yeah, I call these here the Dorothy doors. These are really handy when you want to get something out of the basement. And it looks like the spider spray guy should have been in there. Now, if we get out here, I have an outside pressure gauge. And we've got our 3 faucets here. These 2 guys here go out to the back shed. I'll show you that in a few minutes here. And that's one of the ones for yard watering. And I have soaker hoses under all the trees. I leave them 24/7. And when you want to run them all at one time, you can hook on here and here, and way out and back, there's a few you can hook on. You can turn them all on at once. It still maintains 50 psi. The well pump is usually around 45. There are these trees here too. You can see where I got soaker hose. And over there, I got soaker hose under all of them. Do them all at one time. It's called getting the job done. Now, I was going to show you how the water flows back here. This is a 3/4 inch garden hose. And we're going to turn him on. Here's your two 3/4 inch PEX that come out there. And it's not the sun-proof PEX. So what I do is I put a wire loom over it. But we'll rip this baby on you and see how this flows. And yeah, we got her in view. And it don't take real long to fill a 55-gallon sprayer tank with this. This is what I use to fill in my Kubota, the big sprayer. Whoa, 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 whoa. Stay, Bundy. Stay. Okay, shut her down, shut her down. Of course, here I have a faucet, and that would be for feeding the trees over there with the soakers. And this one here would be the one that unreels and goes to the soaker for under those trees. Can you tell EAA is in town? Hey, anyway, what I was going to do, I know what I forgot to do. I was going to crack this one here open with the 2 3/4 wide open. And we're going to go in the shop with that 3/4 inch even wide open. I'll show you what the pressure is. I got a gauge in here. I can see what's going on out in the yard. And here's our gauge. That's with the 3/4 wide open. So, and we're in the shop. Oh, in case you were counting, I forgot to mention I have a water spigot inside the carport too, for them folks that were counting how many I named here. And this reel here is the one that gets turned on from the front of the house, and that gets hooked onto the hose which feeds all of these trees for soakers. And the other hose there gets hooked onto the hose that goes toward the driveway for the soakers. Now, where this one here turns on water to the storage unit, I'll show you what I got out there for watering the trees and running the sinks. And to water the trees out by the storage unit here, that valve there you got to turn on. And then it turns on the soakers for these trees. Coffee can there, I pop a 3/4 inch hole each side of it, and I put mouse baits in there, and that way the raccoons and the possums can't eat them, but the mice can. Yeah, the raccoons used to always take off with my bait bin for the mice, so I got a chunk of threaded rod with a big washer on it, you know, to keep them intact. Yep, alarm, alarm. We're out in the game room. We got a little sink right there for our cleanup if need be. And through the winter and that, we always have a lot of things stored in here. Now, if I can get over here, I'm going to show you something else. And use your imagination. And this is our hose decal. So I imagine you can kind of figure out what that might be. Oh yeah, and that whole angle out there where the grass is, they used some of the gravel they dug up when they did the blacktop, and I filled in with some pulverized dirt, graded it off. I had 5 of them oscillating sprinklers running at one time to water that in, and believe it or not, that well pump ran all of them. You could tell they were a little lower on pressure, but if you get them all spaced just right, you can keep going. Yeah, it was common practice for people to come and park and dawdle out there, and it really pissed me off. So one night after work, that's when I came up with this idea. And then when you come in the driveway, the red light comes on. Ain't that convenient? And I'm in the bedroom right now, and you see them 4 indicator lights up there. The one on the lower right. If the well pump is ever running, that lights up. And why do you need that, you ask? I have the same one upstairs in the living room. If the well pump's running and you're not using any water, you better go check your toilet valves and stuff. Maybe out in the shop or whatever. And there was one time when the toilet valve out in the shop stuck, and I wouldn't have known if I didn't have them. So there you go. That's my reason for my madness. In case you're wondering about all the ball valves on everything, if you ever have a problem somewhere, you can come down here and clamp off whatever sections you wish and narrow the problem area rather quickly. Yeah, these are air bleeds here to get air out of the system. And you ever have a day when you're lazy and you don't feel like going to get a piece of tin to protect your wood? I did. Very, very good. Yes. Okay. Thanks for watching. Stop by again. Hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Once again, some more free stuff arrives here. I love free stuff. And you're going to love this one. This one here took like a whole, whatever, to diagnose. Anyway, power meter, on there, check him, on and off, and of course, upon a closer examination,